Dear, please come on. Anshu, Kumar. Please take a seat. So, Anshu, Kumar, happy to see you here.
Thank you, sir.
You are a qualified engineer from NIT.
Yes.
Or the premier institutions.
Yes, sir.
And mechanical engineer at that.
Yes, sir.
You could have been a real good resource, engineering resource for this country. So what made you to choose civil service as a career option?
So I would say that one of the biggest strengths of mine is compassion towards the people.
Okay.
And by working in railways, this has got developed over the period of time. I have induced some welfare measures, and this gives me immense satisfaction. When I work for the people, I attach with the people. That is why traveling and music is my hobbies. So this gives me immense satisfaction if I do something for the people who are working with me, who are working under me. So I want to implement this on a bigger platform now, sir. This attracts the diversity and the challenges also. These things are most attractive for me in the civil services.
But do you really think civil services will offer you that kind of opportunity to meet people and really make a difference in their lives?
Yes, sir, I do believe in that, sir.
Can you really explain that?
Sir, as an administrator, I am supposed to meet with the people, I am supposed to listen to the grievances, I am supposed to listen to the issues related to them on day-to-day basis what they are facing. And I will have the authority also to implement some decisions. My decisions I will be having authority to take. And I think this will impact the lives of the people. My decisions will be able to impact the life of the people. In this way, I think it will be beneficial, sir.
But according to your statement, probably in 70 years, we should have really made a very serious strides, right, in economic and social development. But you've not done so much compared to some other countries in the world.
I agree with your view, sir, but I would also like to add that we have developed a lot from, if I see from past 70 years, we have developed also. And India is still a developing country, and it is under the phase of transition. We are doing it, and we will be doing it, sir. I am hopeful that within a decade or so, we will be definitely able to have a really good socio-economic indicators.
In this context, you are from Patna and you are working in Chennai. Patna and Bihar has not really grown as good as even the average growth of India. And you can easily compare Chennai with Patna.
Sure, sir.
What sociological causes has really contributed to the poor or very slow growth of Bihar and Patna?
So first and foremost, I would say that the biggest reason is the poor land reform, sir. Bihar is mainly an agricultural state, sir. Around 89% of people are dependent totally on agriculture, and 11% people are residing in urban areas. Land reforms, poor land reforms has not been able to give the land to agricultural sector people. So that is why migration is very high. Number two is the population is very high, but the skill is low among the people, sir. Number three, I would say, sir, that law and order is also not still up to the mark where the states having, sir. And apart from that, corruption and I would say weak governance, lack of political will, these are the issues which are still holding Bihar back. I think these are the main issues, sir.
That makes sense. But you mentioned that Bihar people are overpopulated and they are actually not very well skilled. But you find a lot of Biharis in Chennai who are working in the skilled sector. In fact, there is an allegation that Chennai people don't work, whereas Biharis come and work and do a better job, and they are skilled. So, how do you react to this?
I will say, sir, the population is comparatively huge. Bihar, if you see, sir, the demography is very huge compared to other states. We are not able to absorb the skilled people. The people are skilled, but we are not able to absorb all of them. This is why the migration is huge. They are going to other sectors, though they have a skill set, but they have low quality skill. They don't have the higher quality skill to work in the industrial sector. They are migrant laborers. They are working in construction sector outside. They are working in low paying jobs outside other states. So the skill which they are having, they are also not being absorbed. In the main reason, sir. The population is comparatively huge when we see the skilled people in Bihar. That is what the reasons are.
Can you tell me the population of Chennai city and the Patna city?
So Patna city has currently
5 million?
8, no, sir, not that, sir. I think it's around 11 million, sir.
Cannot be 11 million. 11 million is 1 crore.
Yes, sir.
Do you think it's 1 crore?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay, maybe 1 or 2 million.
Yeah, you are with the railways.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were mentioning about welfare measures.
Yes, sir.
Right? And you said your strength is your compassion to the people.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us some of the welfare measures that you had taken?
Yes, sir.
Which had actually made a massive change.
So one of the examples I could say, during manufacturing of train 18, we have worked around 16 hours to 17 hours per day, and my team was totally exhausted. So what I have done, I have issued a circular that the people who are above 40 or 50, they need not stay in the night. So being a young officer, I stood in the night also. So this is one of the welfare measures. I have relaxed these people who were above 50. My senior section engineers, they were not able to work in the night shift also. So I relieved them of the duties, and I told them to fully do the day duty up to the max they can do. This I implemented among the people. And second thing I have done, sir, that some of the welfare issues also have taken up. I would say that people had some union issues also. My staffs had some union issues also. So in that also have interfered, and I have done.
Okay, the first one is a very welcome step. But is that an implementation as a process, or was it a stopgap arrangement just for that particular project till the time you were there?
It was just for the particular project, I would say, sir. Whenever we roll a big project like Tejas 1018, upcoming project also 1020. This time I have taken since this was 1018 for the first time, sir. And this time I have taken measure in advance that there should be no shortage of people at the particular time of the project implementation.
I appreciate that, but the thing is, post your tenure, it is going to they are going to be taxed again. Don't you think that you should come up with a permanent solution where we can derive the maximum efficiency, at the same time not tax them too much?
Yes, sir. That is what we are doing, sir. Now I have arranged the people because the section which I am working has some sort of manpower issues out there, sir. Okay. So I am already starting outsourcing people from rights, our agencies, outsourcing the people, and along with that I have also asked other departments to spare the people as and when the 1020 project will be launched immediately.
Okay, fine. Now you are from NIT, what is K?
Karnataka, sir.
Okay. Now how many NITs are there, and can you rank them?
Sir, currently there are 31 NITs, and ranking is being done at the different level. I mean, different journals.
Can you name the top 5 at least?
So I think the top 5 definitely the NIT Tiruchirappalli will come, NIT Warangal will come, NIT Surathkal will also come, and
for there is a particular reason why Surathkal tops. What is it?
So I would say that better infrastructure. We have better infrastructure along with the best laboratories all over. If I compare with other NITs, we have good professors, very nice professors.
You won singing competitions?
Yes, sir.
Like, what is your specialty?
Sir, when I went in 2007, I went for Indian Idol, sir. At that time, particularly 2007, Indian Idol was being organized. And
really?
Yes.
Who won that series?
Sir, that series was won by Abhijit Sawant, sir.
You went up to which level?
Sir, I went up to semi-finals level there. Sir.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Can you
but I could not.
Can you sing us your most favorite song?
This song belongs to the film Zero. वो रंग भी क्या रंग है, मिलता ना जो तेरे होठ के रंग से हूबहू, वो खुशबू क्या खुशबू, मिलता ना जो तेरे जुल्फ के हों से रूबरू, तेरे आगे ये दुनिया है फीकी सी, मेरे बिन तो न होगी किसी की भी, अब ये जाहिर सरेआम है, ऐलान है, जब तक जहां में मेरा नाम है, तब तक मेरे नाम तो, जब तक जहां में सुबह शाम है, तब तक मेरे नाम तू.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah. So Anshu, Kumar.
Sir.
So, you have sociology
Yes, sir.
as your option, right? Recently, there was, the Supreme Court had allowed women to enter the Sabrimala shrine, and the review petition has been heard yesterday, and their judgment is reserved. So let's keep aside the constitutional aspect of it. From a sociology perspective, how do you look at this issue?
Sir, I would say that caste issues, women issues, these issues are persisting not from today but 2000-year-old issues. So whenever a society takes place in a transition mode, like for example when Sati Pratha was introduced by Raja Ram Mohan Rai, that time also lot of uproars were there. When Vaikom Satyagraha was introduced, that time also lot of uproar was there from the people. So people are not able to take the sudden change in the society. They are adopted to the traditional way. So whenever a society takes a transition phase, which is going on as of now in Sabrimala, it will take some time. I am very hopeful. Instead of imposing in one night all the rules and regulation, we should impose not in a hasty manner, and it should be done on an incremental basis. But
what do you mean by incremental basis? Allow the women till half the way, and then send them back, and then send them 3/4 and send them back, and then send them to the shrine.
No, sir. I would say that the first duty of the government of India is, or government of the state is, to allow the people. They have the women, when she is going inside, she wishes to go inside. The protection is, the state is duty bound to give the protection. She has to go inside. And the protest also, it has to, the protest is inevitable, sir. So protest also, it has to be handled in such a way that it should not take a violent turn, it should not take a bloody turn. So some proper management has to be taken. I am not saying that women should not be allowed. Women has to be allowed.
Right. Okay. Anyway, so you are from Patna.
Yes, sir.
And there was this case of your chief minister winning the election in alliance with one partner, and then overnight switching after 2 years to another party. So do you think such instances make people feel that, either we should switch to a presidential form of democracy in this country, or if you have a parliamentary form of democracy, there should be a right to recall? Which do you think should happen?
Sir, I think India's democracy is mature now. Around 70 years we have faced the democracy, and introducing it to the right of recall will have several issues. Like it will reduce the, what I can say, if people are allowed to recall the representatives, then somewhat instability in the government will come.
So we should move to a presidential form then?
No, sir. Presidential form also.
But then people will feel cheated, no? That it was the vote that was asked by the chief minister was not in the name of the alliance with which he is now, right? So how do you react to it? As a citizen of Bihar, how do you react to it?
Sir, I would say that it is not good practice, but this happens in political scenario. We have to accept it, and instead of implementing presidential, which is a very harsh form of government, sir. Okay. I think I will not go with it, sir.
Yeah.
So, Anshu, what's mother tongue?
My mother tongue is Hindi, sir.
Hindi pakka or any variant of Hindi?
Hindi only, sir. Hindi pakka.
Okay. So, what are other languages spoken in your area?
Mathili, Madhi, Bhojpuri. These are the languages.
Okay. So, what you think the Bhojpuri guys think of Hindi? Your mother tongue. That your mother tongue rules India. So, what Bhojpuri thinks of Hindi?
Sir, Bhojpuri is there is no demarcation of Bhojpuri and Hindi. See, sir, the people who are speaking Bhojpuri, it is linked to somewhat Hindi also. The people who understand Bhojpuri, they understand Hindi also, and the other way around also. So there is no feeling of lessness. We can also, the Bhojpuri people do feel that we are lesser than Hindi people. It's a language. Language is a cause of civilization. So there is no demarcation among the people.
How do you feel the same analogy in South India? Will the people of South India should feel like that, or that they should feel, okay, Hindi is also my language, like that, or you feel vice versa?
Sir, I believe there should be no imposition of language. The people who feel the people who speak
I'm
Tamil.
asking your opinion, like, what do you think these people of South India are feeling like towards Hindi? Like you said, Bhojpuri guys don't feel like the Hindi is another language, it's like
Yes.
my language. Do you feel in South India that they feel like that?
Sir, I feel that in South India, the people have really don't a problem with Hindi until unless it is imposed. Only a hasty imposition of Hindi among the people, that only caused this resentment. Otherwise, they don't have any problems.
India, sir. Yes.
The way he's asking this question is the people of South, particularly the Tamil people, feel that their language is distinctly different from the Hindi language.
Yes, sir.
And there are clear proof that it is independent of the Aryan language or Hindi or Sanskrit. So what do they think about another language, particularly Hindi? Will they think the same way Bhojpuris think, because Bhojpuris can always understand Hindi, whereas these people cannot understand? What's their feeling?
So
Will
that
it be as good as your Bhojpuri people is the question.
sir, the feeling is towards Hindi is that's what my view is, that they are not opposed to Hindi. They are not feeling bad about Hindi. They are okay with it, because in Tamil Nadu also there are so many Hindi sabhas. Around 2.5 lakh people are learning Hindi in South India, sir. So they have not any consideration.
What's the name of the organization which is studying Hindi, or which is carrying out education of Hindi in South India?
Pardon, sir?
There's an organization.
Sir, it is Hindi Sangh Pracharika Sabha, like that.
Dakshin Bharat.
Dakshin Bharat Hindi Pracharika Sabha. Yes, sir. So my view is that the people are in Tamil Nadu, they have not any particular problem. They don't hate Hindi. Until unless it is imposed on that only causes resentment. So
Tell me one easiest way to make Hindi popular among the people of Tamil Nadu. Public understanding of Hindi easier. Simple way. Not Dakshin Bharat Hindi Pracharika.
Yes, sir.
There are much easier ways. It's already there, of course.
sir, there should be a 3-language policy formula.
Okay.
People should be allowed to learn one English
I was
language.
asking easiest way.
Easy.
3 languages. I'm not able to learn 1 language. You're asking me
Easiest
3 languages.
Movies. Hindi movies.
Hindi movies.
Hindi songs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The song you sang probably many Tamils may know it. Okay.
Hindi songs.
You must know.
Anshu Kumar, you have a very interesting email ID. Anshu.bond. James Bond. What is it?
That is in the beginning, ma'am. When the bond refers to the bond is towards the people. So when I meet new people, I love to listen to them. I love to entangle with them. This is what refers as a bond. Bond
This is that bond. Fine. And you were mentioning at the beginning of your session that talking about the demographic dividend. Your views on the Indian demographic dividend, being the largest youth populated in the world. Your views on the demographic dividend, the recent days.
Ma'am, India is such a country in which the people below 59 years, I mean the range from 15 to 59 years, these people are huge in India. And India is reaching towards, if you compare the North India and South India, North India is reaching to the peak of demographic dividend as of now. So my view is that the people who are reaching to the peak of that particular age group, they should be skilled and they should be given more and more training. Their skill development should take place so that we could reach this demographic dividend. This is my view.
And your views on the recent interim budget.
Recent interim budget has introduced many good reforms, ma'am. Number one, I would say that the farmers Pradhan Mantri Kisan Yojana, in that 6,000 rupees will be given to the farmer below 2 hectares. And in railways also we have introduced some very good things. It is the safest years of Indian Railways, and we have removed all the unmanned railway crossings. And apart from that, for skill developments also some new introductory measures have been done. For MSME sectors also some good initiatives have been taken, and for women also some good initiatives have been taken.
And what has been mentioned in the budget, the $5 billion economy, $8 trillion economy, do you seem to be whether that would be a reality in the near future? In the 5 years and 8 years are mentioned.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that that would really turn into a reality?
Yes, ma'am. I think that we will be able to achieve that. Few things we have to take place. Number one is that agricultural distress we have to take care. We have to keep on the promise to double the agricultural farmers' income. And number two, the demographic dividend we have to reap. The people who are on the young age group, we have to give them job. Employment opportunities has to be increased. So these are some issues which if we tackle, if we are able to handle in the proper way, I think $5 trillion economy is not a big deal for us by 2022.
All right. Okay, Anshu.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've done the interview. All the best to you.
Thank you.
They can go and come back. What are disability?
வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க சார் வந்து டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டு ஃபீட்பேக் கொடுத்துட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் திருப்பி
காஃபி என்ன காஃபி
காஃபி
பிளாக் காஃபி கிடைக்குமா வித்வுட் சுகர் தேங்க்ஸ்
less sugar no sugar less sugar more sugar check it out இல்ல இருக்கு காஃபி black எனக்கு போயிட்டு
green tea இருக்கு
green tea black tea
black coffee
economics work here taste and preferences good so it's
slightly verbose otherwise okay
is okay
இது ஓகே சார் ஒன்று ரெண்டு மூணு பாயிண்ட் ஐ தாட் கொஞ்சம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன் சொல்லும்போது ஹாபிஸ் அதெல்லாம் தேவையில்லாம ரயில்வே ஸ்டேஷன் பண்ண அதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் தேவையில்லாத சொல்லி சார் ஒன்று and I thought singing a song, this is Israel's view always, because it's a purposive conversation. Think for a minute and sing, let's say, a Swadesh song of Shah Rukh Khan. Ye jo desh hai mera meri. He feels that, of course, it's not to test your singing capability.
Usually they don't, but very strange cases they ask them to sing.
No, they ask them to sing. But choice of song, should it be a romantic song or should it be slightly...
I think it's okay.
It's okay.
It's an inspiring song.
Whether he has to sing the entire length.
No.
Allowed now.
He should cut short.
Two stands.
Need not be full.
And the bond with people வந்து
but they enjoy it.
அத சிரிச்சிட்டே சொன்னா வேற மாதிரி இருக்கும். Sir, as a childhood, I was a James Bond fan, sir, so I kept it. As I grew up, I felt that probably it will reflect my bond with people.
It's like a politician thing.
It's not okay.
So it will be okay, sir. Sound will be listening there.
கொஞ்சம் bit too fast, sir. கொஞ்சம் speed.
Is it okay? Arvas, please ask me.
Same.
Bond is definitely yes.
இல்ல அது சிரிச்சிட்டே சொன்னா நல்லா இருக்கும்.
Give okay. Yeah, little more serious. Come Anshu. Yeah, please take your seat. So your previous employment is it a UPSC civil services?
Yes. UPSC engineering services.
Not this ICS, Indian civil services. Okay. Anyway, already you are employed and you are well settled. You are a good candidate. In fact, you are a potential candidate. It's possible for you to really score very high marks. You have ideas. You are able to understand. You are a good communicator. Your body language is good. So perfectly, yeah. Potential candidate to score on the highest marks. As far as my questions are concerned, you have clearly handled that question. Why civil services? Very satisfaction. Probably you are interested to meet people and to develop them. It's good. You have presented very nicely. Sociologically, everything we handled well, except that the population of Chennai, the metropolitan population is 45 lakhs, but the overall population is almost a crore. You can say 85 lakhs, you can say clearly. But now I don't know. Probably it is 2 million now. Maybe 4 or 5 million. You can check it out.
Exactly, not able to recall.
Yeah. Since you are
Yes,
Chennai now, they may ask more questions on Chennai. You are very positive. I really appreciate. And she asked me it's possible for India to reach something like 5 trillion GDP. You never said no or difficult. You are positive. Nice. Yeah. Actually, it may not be possible. But the way you really very nice, yeah.
No, so just a couple of points. When you asked about why you want to join the civil service, with passion you say that I want to meet people and I want to do it on a large scale. You bringing in hobbies of traveling, music there. That is why my hobby is traveling and music. It's not something which is related to that.
Yes. Unless
or I tried to implement welfare. See, when you said you implemented welfare scheme and when you asked me questions, those did not come out convincing. So you cut out. You just Stick to the point.
Focus on
That's
that.
okay.
Focus on that.
You say, I want to meet people, I want to serve. And that is why it's the biggest platform available, sir. I enjoy my railways work.
That is it. Is that it?
You said that. But the additional point when you say, that may...
Something unnecessarily you brought in your specific area of interest. Right? That's okay, but not that okay.
Not that. And the bond with people, one answer which I thought was, because I was about to ask the same question. In fact, ma'am asked, I was thinking, but I was about to ask the question that, why have you kept it as bond? Are you in a self-praise mode always, something like that? Are you very obsessed with yourself? It can be seen like that also, no? So, I think you started off well. You said, sir, ma'am, childhood. I was a big fan of James Bond, so I kept it like that. But as I grew up, I wanted to, I was thinking whether to change it or not, but then I realized that okay, it can reflect the bonding that I want to have with people. You say it with a smile and a laugh, maybe. Or you don't say it at all. You just retain it.
That's okay with me, so I'm used to this.
So you could keep it more natural.
It looked like, forced answer.
Forced answer. See, from my end, like Ranga rightly put it, see, if you bring in welfare schemes, then it is a policy making thing. You cannot talk about just relieving the people temporarily. That is not, because you are a policy maker. So if at all you had suggested this, put it across to the management, then you can talk about welfare. Or even now, if you feel like you have done something of that sort, say only that, quote only that. Don't talk about relieving people temporarily and substituting their work and all that, because that may not be expected from a person who is going at the management level, right? Management and administration. You are calm, you compose natural. The only thing is, so these things you prepare before you even spit out these words like welfare. Prepare an answer for it, because they are definitely going to ask you if you talk about it. Then, so this is where you are actually, there is a threat, because you are slightly verbose, you are giving out extra things where we may hook on, right? Yeah. And the opportunity for you is the same, the bonding with people. If you have very good, quotes that you can, or experiences that you can put across, then that will actually become an opportunity for you also, right? And when asked to sing a song, because you are an Indian Idol competitor, they'll definitely expect you to, at least see if you match those standards. So keep it very short, right? Unless they ask you to, they're interested in hearing you.
I think we have done the second. But do you feel like you have made some corrections after your last interview?
Some corrections, I think.
What are things you have tried and did this time?
Tried to be more composed this time, sir. Last time, I think a little bit nervous, and I was thinking quite for 5 seconds, 6 seconds before answering a question. I think this was my demerit, so I have tried to cut this time. So I have tried to be calm.
Now, one more thing. Sorry.
Last time I told you winning by losing. Have you studied that?
I tried it on internet, sir. No.
Nothing working out. See,
not fine.
So the concept is simple. Like you are an IAS officer, 6 years experience. You have 32. Your next fellow is maybe 22 years old, and the board is going to judge. You are very good. That guy cannot stand next to you, but the board will also differentiate consciously, like you are 6 years, all these things. But same time, so you will be expected to answer more questions than this 22 years old guy, 23 years old guy. But if you keep answering every question, it may hurt the board ego. Board also has ego. If you are answering every question they will get hurt. See the member. If he is happy with your answer or getting sad with the right answer. So if then, normally we suggest for this age category where people who are in service and going to interview or some particular service, we say you lose one question. Think that's a tough question like Kumar has asked, so make him happy. Okay, but use it very, very judicially. Okay, it's a very risky thing, but use it very judicially, but judge him before that. Okay. Last board, that is a problem, that's why I told you. Because you are answering one question, member question, and you are raising the question continuously, you are continuously answering every question, whatever he answers, and he got
that question, anyway, that question you handled well. His idea was that
not this course,
language. Okay. The language thing you have done well actually, even though we repeatedly asked the question. They stick to the gun that imposing the language is the problem. Otherwise, Tamil is no problem with any other language. There is no issue with Hindi. Okay. That's the truth.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
And in the last board, one observation where I have seen an improvement is last board you came across as slightly being more casual. That I am already in the railway service, I am 6 years into the service. If you give me IAS, I will take it, otherwise I will fight. That is not there in this, which is good. So maintain.
Chairman was asking question, he was continuously bombarding with answer. So chairman got tired, like what is this? Every question answer. So I thought of telling him, but otherwise you're great.
But handling that language you have done extremely well. That's
Otherwise,
so this is good. And go in this attire only.
You can just lessen your speed. Move fast and you are the command over the subject is appreciated.
But if you are comfortable, okay. Just think about it whether you should slow down a little bit. If it is natural thing for you.
Not too slow, but
don't be conscious about it. Don't be too conscious about it in the board. Let your thoughts be the primary thing.
Yeah, you would done well. Yeah. All the best to you.
Good luck.
Sir, one thing, sir. Is my answer convincing whether I want to join civil service?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is one of the most convincing answers I have heard. Really. You tell, I have a love for the people. I have the compassion. I really want to do something for the people because a lot of them really suffer physically, economically, socially, education-wise, health-wise. It's a big problem. So I think I have to contribute something to this. Seriously, if you really feel with the heart, tell it. Yes. Yeah, little more refined words.
Yeah.
Prepare it a little more.
So last time chairman had given me out of 10 some scale. This time how much I stand, sir, out of 10?
Oh, out of 10 you get 8.
Last time 6.5. Thank you.
I'll rate you 8 plus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
all the best. You meet me after some time, be in touch with Sakina, meet me.
Sakina, be in touch with Sakina.
This weekend only I have some, next Wednesday I have.
No, you tell your time and I will call you.
Yeah, and don't go into the interview board with a pen like that.
Yeah, sure, sir.